guys, what's going on? What's going on? Just time. Combine your minds with your hearts. Connect those two circles. Let whatever come out, come on out. Just time. Just think about these things. We have a new Reddit report on that I'm gonna bring to y'all today. So drop a like if y'all want to see more videos like this, and drop any experiences you have in the Discord or during the Side Time podcast. So this is a story I ran past about somebody's 800 milligrams weed trip, which is this is LSD. So let's just, without further ado, let's hop right into it. What I did, this is what he's saying. What I did was really stupid. I could have really ended badly. So please, nobody do this moronic shit like I did. 2 days ago, I was alone in an abandoned building that was up on a hill in the middle of the night with some joints and 4 tabs. I had been preparing for this experience all day. I meditated, ate well, and did things that were generally good for my health. I had written a plan with a lot of questions and what to do in case something goes wrong, but nothing could prepare me for what I was about to experience. I let all the tabs dissolve slowly while smoking a joint. Within 30 minutes, I started feeling it rising really quickly, a lot quicker than what I can handle. I put on my headphones and started playing the playlist I had made in advance for this moment. I got momentarily calmed down, and since the beginning of the playlist was calm but complex jazz music, some other music I had made, and started to try being aware of my surroundings. I started noticing that everything was like I was looking at it for the first time. And the view from the city, from up top the hill, was one of the most beautiful things I had ever seen, even though it's not the best from a sober perspective. Then the music genre shifted to a more extreme sounding and very complex electric sound, which pretty much made me think I was in a horror situation. At that moment, I thought of what was appropriate to light another I thought if it was appropriate to light another joint, and that was my moment, and that was the moment of my death. The music, my vision, my senses, it all became so intense so quickly that I had to take the headphones off and lay on the ground. I started forgetting who I was and what everything I ever knew was. I felt like something grabbed my consciousness out of my body and took it to a completely different dimension. I was experiencing extreme shifts in time and space that almost felt painful. When I think about it now, it's almost traumatizing. But in that moment, I didn't even know what fear was. At this point, I didn't know anything except that I was something that was experiencing something. After traveling a bit through space, I encountered a presence. This presence communicated to me in a language that now nobody will be able to understand or even learn, but I completely understood what it was saying. Practically, he told me that I was dead and that I was going to be reincarnated into another person and what the human mind perceives as past. Then I started asking it questions, and it replied, what we ended up on is that I was going to reincarnate into every life that has ever existed and will ever exist in this universe until I become a presence like him, or as some may call it, a god like him. I wasn't really perceiving it in a way that human mind can understand, like with vision and stuff. It was all being communicated by me in a weird mix of math and geometry that somehow I completely understood. After that, I was kicked back into my body as someone called me. I was starting to remember again and freaking out over what had happened. I noticed that my phone was ringing. Thankfully, decided not to reply. I looked around. I realized where I was, got scared, and decided to get the fuck out of there where I was. At this point, 4 hours had passed from when I took the LSD. I went on a walk in a little woods near the abandoned building, and this time I put really happy and relaxing music. Thankfully, so I had a really nice time. Everything was looking really beautiful, and I felt very nice and peaceful presence of the plants. I chilled there for a bit. I returned home and decided I was hungry. I took out the ingredients to make a sandwich, but then sat on the couch for a second. And it turned out to be 2 hours. I didn't eat. When the sunrise started beginning, I went outside and I experienced the most beautiful visuals I had ever experienced while smoking another joint. At some point, I looked at a wall near me, and now walls are my favorite thing. The day afterwards felt really shitty, even though it had started with a beautiful sunrise and that was really nice breakfast. I was freaking out over what happened. Only when the effects weared off completely, I realized what I had been through and started not feeling good at all. Now, after 14 hours of sleep, I feel a lot better, but still need to process everything. As you hear in my voice, I think it will take a lot of time. Thanks for reading. Hey, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. And that's why we got shows like the Satire Podcast. Check out True Life Podcast, where we allow people to come in and tell stories like this, and we be able to give feedback. People that have different experiences from all different parts of the world, So, and help process this, because we don't have the truth, but we just tying it on out. Iron sharpens iron. Because there's similar experiences that I've went through with this, and I heard a lot of people go through, and experiencing life and being reincarnated and experiencing life as something else, as different things outside of your own expression, like the role that you've been playing, that you've been satisfied with this whole time. Like the role that you play as a doctor, lawyer, the job working at Kmart, KFC, anywhere, father, mother, daughter, grandmother, all of those roles get stripped away. And it's like, and this where those stories start coming about, saying, man, what is these experiences for? Are we supposed to have experiences just to see, just to have fun and see what it is from all of these different configurations of humans, animals, objects, rocks, water, air, fire, all of the elements, plasma, all of them. All of those, and having an experience from those perspectives, and you wouldn't really get that experience from that perspective unless you literally was living that life. And life entails so much more than what people say, because and when you really get into it, life is all. It's not separated. It's no division. It's, oh, I want to paint this picture. I want to do this picture. It's this is the picture. This is what's happening. And we see that he was saying that's how his thoughts was, that's what was literally happening. He didn't really have fear till he came back into his body, or into somebody who's to say it's the same person. Just Ty. But it allowed him to, when he's coming back, the fear came because it was these thoughts that he already had, that when he came back into his programmed body, he had to now integrate and see what he wants to do about it. Somebody said a very similar experience on 6 grams of cyanescence mushrooms, and that's kind of what I had. I didn't have 6 grams, but I had 4 grams of psilocybin cyanescence. He said, I died and my consciousness separated from my physical body. When I met the God, it communicated to me, quotations, guys, it communicated to me the exact same things. All communication seemed nonverbal, yet I understood everything. Thanks for sharing. I'm gonna watch that egg video. And people trying to compare it to short stories. No, these short stories, people was getting their stories from their trips as well. It's not something that's like worked out in the brain. It's funny when I hear people say that. It's funny. It was somebody that's popping on the True stream before saying some guy took DMT and he really had no significance to it because he added it all up to chemicals in his brain. I was like, wow, he didn't take enough. He probably just saw colors or something like that. But when you meet an external presence and literally experience something outside of your body, there you cannot uptake it to just a chemical experience. You can relate it like a never-ending story type concept, but most people that have not had those experiences for themselves do not know what I'm talking about with the significance of the universe, how everything is connected. The everything, butterfly flapping his wings caused a storm 5 years later on the other side of the earth. Just because you feeling happy right now, good things is going to happen and bad things. But the good things, you're going to be able to pay attention more, and it's going to carry you farther than you ever thought imaginable. Or as you always imagined it, and you gave that up as a child. Just think about these things. I'm going to cut this off right here. If got any articles, anything you want me to react to, we got the reaction videos. Join the Sci-Fi Podcast. Share your story, trip stories, dream stories, anything in particular that you just wish to tie on. Combine your mind with your heart. Connect those two circles. Let whatever come out, come on out. And I would love if y'all can hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, so we can be right on board when the videos come up, especially the Sci-Fi Podcast, so y'all can get on the Discord and be on it with us, because not just me anymore. Shout outs to Blaxican, shout outs to Rape the Matrix, shout outs to True, shout outs to King Oz. They jumped on it and let the conversation booming. But that's enough. I love you guys. Ty always. Tainow store, come and explore at the Tainow store, come and explore, Tainow store, come and explore, Tainow store, come explore the Tainow store, come and explore.